everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the epic Hecht, Barbarian skeleton, and Spartan skeleton from Boss Fight Studios. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's the box for the epic Hecht, what I'm assuming to be heavily articulated character kit system. Barbarian Deathmonger over here, looking really nice in this artwork over here. Boss Fight Studios over there. It is an adult collectible, everybody, looking gorgeous over here. On the back, we have the figure with more figures in the wave, as well as a bio. You can read this, you can pause it right now. We also have all the legalese you ever need on the bottom over here. Now let's take a look at the Barbarian Deathmonger. Much like Marvel Legends, there is an unglued portion right over here. I will definitely take advantage of by clipping to the top a little bit of this packaging, hopefully getting it in there, and then along this seam up here, very carefully cutting without disturbing yonder skeleton inside. Hopefully I can get this open very nice and neat. I don't think I'm actually hurting anything by cutting into this. Hope not hitting the skeleton too much. I am hitting a lot of the plastic there though, but it's easy to open and rip down from the bottom, or at least slice down to the bottom over here. Looking really good on that. I hope I don't hurt myself at this point. Be very careful with scissors, everybody. But yeah, just grabbing this and sliding it out, pulling it, it should deform a little bit. With two trays, we have the Barbarian. Has an awesome head sculpt. I really love how this looks. It's so nicely done. Really beautiful, this skull. It is creepy, yes, but also very beautiful. The helmet's really nice too. I like how it's kind of cracked on one side on purpose. Really nicely done for that. Cracks over here. Really nice weathering up there. Looking really great. And also come off the head and reveal this beautiful bald top skull. Looking really nice. Couple cracks and craggles over here, along with those sunken eyes, sunken nose, and a mouth that moves. Really great on that. Really cool. Yeah, everyone does Skeletor. Why not me too? Swivel over here, up, down, and then pivot over here as well. Looking really nice for the skeletal fiend. The body is of course a skeleton body, but on top there is a sort of crossbarred, kind of buckled, kind of harness in a way. Looking really nice up here, as well as this large furry kind of belt over here. Looking great with that wash down there, as well as some wash on the belt, and these two little pearls really tie it all together. The gold buckles are really great, and the wash on the leather over here is fantastic. For this harness on the back, he does have a slot for his weapon, as well as a lot of buckles too. That's really awesome. I love how this looks, and the weathering back here is really nice on this gold. Super wonderful and cool. The arms are nice too. You do get some nice articulation going up that far and then around. You have to watch out for this clavicle over here. You get a swivel also on that, as well as a single jointed elbow going up this far and down. Not too great, not too bad, with a weird kind of like Figma-ish joint in a way, going up, and you can swivel and then move it around. It's fine, and this doesn't really move that much all the way. You do get a swivel over here, back and forward a little bit, sort of all the way around a bit. It looks really nice, and it works really well for a skeleton. And the legs are your standard skeletal legs, looking really nice and bony. The boots in particular are wonderful, and the wash on them is so great. I love this so much. They're excellent, looking amazing. You do have them come off a little bit over here and down. That's just okay for me, I would guess, but it looks nice and amazing. I do like how these legs articulate all the way out and in. Kind of hard to move a little bit, sort of double jointed. There is kind of a double joint in there, moving that about as well. You move the leg up this far and back this far. Really nice articulation for this figure. You also get a double jointed knee going up this far. It does feel kind of fragile in a way. And you also have a down and a up, not really that great, with a pivot. Really nice for that on the boots, with two peg holes at the bottom of the feet. I really love this skeleton, this Barbarian, this monster. Wonderfully done, beautiful work, and this mold can be used forever. I am so happy. It's a wonderful skeleton that's just amazing. As far as accessories goes, this skeleton has a mace, flail, whatever you want to call it. I really love how this thing looks. It's kind of goldish silver, looking wonderful. A lot of damage, a lot of nicks, a lot of cracks. The wood on here is fantastic, and this handle is seen a lot of use, and this bottom portion looks really nice. Also, putting it into the skeleton's hand is a whole nother matter. You gotta really slide it in and push really hard, getting that in there, and once it's in, it should stay in pretty well, and this skeleton is ready for battle. The Barbarian also comes with this axe. My only problem with it is that it's glowing blue. I kind of hate it. I really wish it was a normal axe and these guys weren't like magical at all, or either it could be a frost axe. I don't know. I'm just saying, if it has to glow blue, why make it glow blue? I do like how this looks though on here. At least looks more organic and nice and really cool, but yeah, stay away from the magic. But the largest weapon the Barbarian skeleton skeleton has is the sword. The sword looks amazing. I really love how it glints in the light. Super nicely done for that. I love all the pitting and scarring on the sides, crackling, like it's been used in battle a lot. This gold portion looks amazing up here, as does this one. I like the weathering here too. On the inside, if you could peer past his hands, it isn't really washed that well, but it looks so great, and the skeleton is ready to fight anything. The barbarian skeleton unclothed looks amazing. It would fit really well in the back of a classroom. I really love how this figure looks. It's so nice. We got some new parts to talk about, such as the rib cage, hips, as well as the new feet I put on. Let's check them out. The rib cage looks really great. I love this piece over here. It's all just one mass of bone. It's so nice. The back looks awesome. The shoulder blades are really cool too, and the rib cage going up and down. The spinal cord is so nice also, leading to those hips. Really great on the hips. Beautifully done. The anatomy is so nice on this piece. I really like how this looks too. I had to separate him at this point right here to get that loincloth off, so enjoy this while you can. Then we come down to the toes. I do like how they look, yet they are really creepy and weird. Basically long fingers. It's kind of strange. Articulation is nice as well. Works out pretty okay, and a little bit loosely in some points, but they look really nice too. I like how the bottoms look. Big fingers over here, as well as those two peg holes over there. The backs look fine, and yeah, this is one naked skeleton. And this little slot on the back you can fit the sword into. Just place that there, and it looks awesome, going all the way down to the hilt, looking really great. And here we have the barbarian skeleton kitted out and ready for battle against the Spartan skeleton right after this. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Here is the box for the Epic Hacks Heavily Articulated Character Kit System Spartan Ancient Warrior. Boss Fight Studios over here. Although collectible ages 12 and up over here. Looking really nice in the package. On the back, we have a picture of the figure as well as a bio over here. The rest of the figures in the wave. You can read this bio. You can pause it right now. We also have all the legalese you ever need on the bottom. Now let's take a look at the Spartan Ancient Warrior. And like before, cutting the box is pretty simple. You just cut up a little bit over here. Being careful to not really wreck anything. I can kind of have carte blanche on this just because I know what I'm doing here, getting this box opened finally. Cutting it on the side will be pretty difficult over here. Got to use double-handed strength on that one. Real tough on that. Double-handed strength on that one too. Really hardy box. The Spartan is way more well armored than the other figures. That's crazy. Be very careful with this. Got this Spartan box. Getting it over there. And we have the Spartan skeleton shares a lot of body sculpt and head sculpt with the Barbarian, but I do find that the wash and paint looks way better on this one. All the cracks are easily visible with that black wash, looking really nice, and the teeth are awesome too. But the eyes, oh, those horrible eyes, are all sunken in and scary. I wish the nose was painted a little bit by a tiny amount, and the articulation is basically the same as the other figure, a little bit tighter in a way, and looking really creepy. The armor is fairly new, looking nice, but it looks old from those cracks and all that wear. This has seen battle. There's chinks cut out of it everywhere, but it looks gorgeous on the seams. It's all sort of tied together with chains and little pieces and everything. You see the ribcage underneath there too, the same as the previous skeleton. Looking nice over here. I love how ornately detailed it is. On the back there's a huge scar over there. Wow, that must have taken a beating over there. But yeah, while this guy was alive, I guess he was quite the fighter. The loincloth, skirt, piece, tunic, what have you, looks really nice. I just want to point that out. I love how ragged it is on the bottom, how nice it is on the top. Not too much to really say, except it also has slits for the legs to go through, so you get some nice articulation, and that's really neat. I love how this whole thing looks. And coming down to those bony, thin thighs, not even thick with a double C. Looking great on the shins over here with these guards. It's all scarred and mashed, really nicely done over there. Looking amazing. I love how this all looks. It's so gorgeous. And the sandals are just genius. It's really nice though, and the bottoms are great too with the peg holes. Articulation is basically the same as the previous and looking really nice. You can't really get that much of a bend, but yeah, you can actually. Really nice on that. Super great for these legs. For accessories, this helmet looks nice. It is really tacky though. It's really strange to touch. The gold is like tearing before my eyes. Here, it's a little tacky, but really, really tacky on this piece over here. Could be paint, who knows? It doesn't really feel or look that great. It's kind of bulging out over here and kind of strange. It's almost ripping off at this point. Really not that great. I love the little mohawk over here. Looking nice, down to a little rat tail in the back. That's pretty funny. Really nice and neat, except for the paint. Fix that, please, Boss Fight Studios. The Spartan is also carrying two halves of the same spear. I like how cracked and crackled it looks over here, with a spiraling pattern going down, as well as this pink kind of little wrap around this. And then we have more cracks and crackling on the top. Really seen wear for this, but once you find the fitting position, it is a weird kind of shaped piece. Goes in like so, and it fits in pretty well. Looking nice, but really hard to maneuver in ways. With the skeleton, at least, you can have him doing this, but once those wrists kind of lock up on you, there isn't really much you can do. But the best weapons so far are this sword and shield for the Spartan. The sword looks amazing with all different kinds of nicks and little tacks around this thing. It's so great. I love how it looks. That spiral pattern's back over here, and the hilt looks nice. The top looks nice. It looks awesome and really well worn. The shield isn't too great all said and done. I appreciate the artwork around it. There is some paint over here that's kind of weird, and there's a bullet hole over here. I'm not sure why. There are a lot of cracks and little snags and cuts and everything on this piece. It is really nicely done as far as sculpt. Paint's just okay, but then you get to the back where he can't even grab onto this thing without me having to at least take off the hand or the arm, or I don't know, I just shoved it in here and hope for the best. It looks nice, but could use some better engineering, at least on the inside. And in a moment of thunderbolt-like clarity, I realized what this hole was for. It was to put the spear through and gain purchase on the enemy while shielding yourself. A really nice way to do this, especially after I remembered it from remembering watching 300. If a Spartan wants a scabbard, raise your hand. There is a scabbard for this Spartan. You just place it over the shoulder when you raise the arm. I'm going to keep it raised to show this off. Looking really nice over here. The buckle's great. The leather looks awesome on here. The scabbard is nice too. It has that gold that isn't really too tacky. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. And the back is kind of boring and bland, but putting the sword inside the scabbard is a real treat. Just slide it on in there and it works real great. Doesn't really come out or anything, but just careful when you move the scabbard around. And here is the Spartan skeleton in the buff, looking more like a Spartan than I think he would with the armor. I really like the mold, but honestly, the coloring doesn't do that much for me. It's more of a pink than a red. I wish it was a really deep red, kind of like the red on the shield. If it was this red, it'd be much better for this red skeleton. The face still gives me nightmares though. Each skeleton also comes with a stand that says Epic Hacks. That looks really nice, but I don't really use stands that much. If your figure can't stand, back to the drawing board. And here they are just next to each other, with the Barbarian standing at about, I would say, 6 inches tall, 6 1/4 up to the horns, and the Spartan standing at about 6 1/4 inches tall as well. Here they are next to Mario and Luigi, who have fought skeletons in their time most likely. Here they are next to Twilight Princess Link and Pit, both from Figma, who have definitely fought skeletons in their time. Here they are next to Shovel Knight and my Kit Bash custom Simon Belmont, looking awesome over here. A really nice scaling for these two because I got them because of him. So having skeletons to fight for Simon is no big deal with these two around. And Shovel Knight fought a couple 8-bit skeletons here and there too. And finally, here they are next to some other monsters I want Simon Belmont to fight. We have Xanathar over here from Dungeons & Dragons and the Mighty Minotaur over here from Power Rangers, both from Hasbro, looking awesome. And hey, there's even a skeleton over here, so they're family already. Overall, these skeletons, dem bones. The Barbarian skeleton is an awesome figure. I really love how it looks. The bony color is great. The boots are awesome. I love the loincloth as well as those straps, and the helmet is a great touch. I like the long sword, and I can tolerate the axe at least, but the mace flail spiked weapon is what really shines here. It's just awesome. The Spartan skeleton is sadly a misfire for me. It is a bright pink instead of a deep red, and even though the head is nice, the rest of the body isn't too great. A lot of loose joints on this figure, as well as the tacky gold that will get worse and worse over time. I do like the initial look of the character, but moving it isn't really that great, as the loose joints don't even allow it to hold the shield. The shield itself looking great from the front, especially that little chink for the spear being awesome and really clever, but the inside is kind of a mess with it being hard to hold for the skeleton. The spear being really difficult to put together, and even worse in the skeleton's hands, just makes it a worthless accessory to me. With the only two accessories that I like being the scabbard as well as the sword, what is even the point of having this figure? If you're a fan of skeletons, spooky things, Halloween, or even Castlevania, I would highly recommend getting the Barbarian skeleton. And stay far out of Spear's reach of the Spartan skeleton. But make no mistake, these skeletons have a bone to pick with you. So which skeleton is your favorite, the Barbarian or the Spartan? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.